Joining us right here, someone who's good with marketing and could tell us how to do that. Ebonluwa Adetaiwo. Ebonluwa Adetaiwo is a senior product marketing manager and joins us. Hi, Ebon. It's
Good afternoon.
yeah, good to see you.
Good
So
to
we're
see
talking
you
of
too.
investment there. The
Okay.
big names, of course, like Mr. Gulesi, right there. But even at the semi-mini businesses, it's always important to talk about how to brand your business, make it
Absolutely.
attractive for investors. And digital finance is the talk of the day now. I mean, we're discussing a lot of physical stuff. From your experience and conversations, when you look at the continent of Africa, how much penetration would you say digital finance has made?
So when you look around, money is always a top of mind when it comes to, lifestyle. You're going to school, you want to start a business, you want to start a family, you want to travel. Money is always at the top of the discussion. And using money, you need some tools, right? These days, we have, certain lifestyles, like traveling, you want to pay for stuff where digital technology has to come into place. For instance, you want to make a purchase of a product from another country in Nigeria. You cannot send cash physically. You need an infrastructure that would help you, give value to the merchant or whoever is sending you the product, and then they send you back the product after you have made payments. So the penetration is deep. We just still have some, issues here and there.
Issues of infrastructure, I guess.
Infrastructure, regulations.
Trust.
And trust.
and trust is not easy to build.
Absolutely.
And with money, you need trust.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because again, as a Nigerian, it's hard to come by money these days. And I need to trust you as a business building a financial solution to give you all of this money to say, keep for me, I'm coming back later to have it. With traditional banks, you could just walk into any branch, you could talk to the account manager, you could say, oh, I need to see the manager of this bank, something is wrong. But with, digital finance these days, everything is done virtually. So trust goes a long way.
So what one day you open your app and then it doesn't come on, then what do you do? I've had people ask me that question.
So, again, as a Nigerian, there's a word I came by recently, scamometer.
Oh my God, I don't think I've heard that before.
So it's the SI unit for how you feel when one day you wake up, you say, oh, this savings app or this crypto app that I even have my money in, let me see what's going on with my money. And then you open the app, it's glitching. And like, okay, maybe it's network. Then you go on Twitter, people complaining about the same thing, alarms start ringing in your head, which is why it is important that for that trust to happen, it's not a vague concept. Every touch point, you have to show trust. Your comment section, show that you are listening to your customers. If there's a downtime can be expected sometimes. So there's a way you're communicating to your users, to your customers to say, oh, this thing is going on. Don't let people come to complain about it first before you address it.
So, you mentioned crypto there, but that seems to be only for the Gen Zs and, all the youthful people. Because when you mention crypto, some people just see scam everywhere. All they see is just scam. How do we even need to win the trust of Africans, on the crypto blockchain? Do we need to? Is there a necessity?
If we keep pushing the narrative of, oh, crypto is scam, the world is going to leave us behind because the rest of the world is moving fast. And the concern about scam is valid because you hear stories of people, money laundering, frauds, trying to clean money, and they're looking for, different ways. However, people who are building crypto products, there are exchanges in Nigeria and other parts of Africa who are in talks with, regulatory bodies who build products that are transparent. The founders, their businesses where they're incorporated, their people, where to find them basically. So trust is not hard to build when you put in place the right measures, like getting regulated by the Security Exchange Commissions in Nigeria, for example. They recognize you are answerable to them. So in Africa, in Nigeria especially, crypto might be seen as scam to most people, but we are making strides every day to.
Yeah, because I mean, even the authorities are beginning to recognize virtual assets have now been captured by the Securities and Exchange Commission. So, but I wonder how many people really follow the story or follow news to that level. So it might take a while for that to penetrate.
So again, we are still talking about trust, right? We don't really need to rely on traditional news outlets. You mentioned earlier the Gen Zs, the future. Speak their language. Where can you meet them?
No, but do the Gen Zs have a problem of trust? Or it's the traditional mindset?
So it's a bit of a conundrum. It's dicey. It goes both ways, right? You know, these days how the Gen Zs complain of how, you know, back in the day where parents did little to get more, but these days you have to like keep 5 jobs to be able to survive. So now if I don't have 5 jobs, but if I had 5 jobs, multiple streams of income, I still need somewhere to keep all of that money, right? And I need to trust these people, you know, to be able to keep my data safe, to be able to keep my money safe. And that is where the issue of trust building comes in.
But would you say we're on a path of intentionally building this trust?
Absolutely, absolutely.
As the Nigerian government, as the Nigerian people, as people like you who are already in the sector?
Yeah, absolutely. So recently, there are top Nigerian exchanges who have gotten provisional license from the SEC. There are people who are also recognized by the CBN. So all of these discussions are in place. There are events, you know, closed doors, roundtable events with these bodies where we have discussions on how to move the industry forward, especially when it comes to digital assets and how, you know, people can actually rely on these custodians to keep the money of Nigerians safe. So this is where regulatory bodies are, you know, coming. This is where they come in, and this is where they are important.
All right. Thank you so much, Ebonluwa. Adetai was Senior Product Marketing, and we hope you keep out the message and to win more trust into the digital finance space. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.